Imagine waking up one morning, walking into your kitchen, and feeling your heart beating strong, steady, and calm, no dizziness, no pressure in your chest, no fear that something might suddenly go wrong. Imagine your doctor looking at your blood pressure reading and saying, "Whatever you're doing, keep doing it." Most people over 60 don't know this, but there is one simple, daily exercise that can dramatically reduce your risk of a heart attack and naturally lower high blood pressure, without needing a gym, equipment, or even a lot of physical strength. And yes, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it in this video. But before I explain the exercise, I need you to hear me out for a moment, because what I'm about to tell you could literally save your life or the life of someone you love. Heart disease is still the #1 killer for people over 60. We often think heart attacks just happen, but in most cases, they're the result of years of stiff arteries, weak circulation, poor oxygen flow, and a lifestyle that slowly damages the heart without us realizing it. The good news is that your heart is incredibly responsive to even small changes, especially after the age of 60. And the exercise I'm going to share with you has been shown in multiple studies to strengthen your heart, improve circulation, reduce stiffness in your arteries, and help lower blood pressure in just a few minutes a day. So stay with me, because by the time you reach the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why this one daily habit is so powerful, and you'll be able to start doing it right away. Now let me ask you something. Have you ever stood up from a chair and felt a little lightheaded? Or climbed a flight of stairs and felt your heart beating harder than it should? Maybe you've tried walking for exercise, but your knees hurt, your back gets tired, or you run out of breath too quickly. That's completely normal. But here's the issue. When we don't move enough, our heart has to work harder just to do the basics. Even standing up becomes a workout. This is where the magic of the exercise I'm about to share with you comes in. It's called the sit-to-stand exercise. And before you think, "That's too simple," let me tell you why this is one of the most powerful, scientifically proven exercises for people over 60. When you stand up from a chair using your legs, especially your big muscle groups like your quads and glutes, you force your heart to pump more blood to your lower body. This increases circulation, strengthens your cardiovascular system, and improves oxygen delivery to your muscles. At the same time, it increases something called venous return, which is just a fancy way of saying your heart gets more healthy blood flow back to it. That alone helps regulate blood pressure. And the best part? You can do it anywhere. You can do it at home. You can do it while watching TV. You can do it using the chair you're sitting on right now. But before we walk through it together, let's talk for a minute about why this exercise is so effective for lowering high blood pressure. When you perform repeated sit-to-stand movements, your leg muscles contract and relax in a rhythm that actually supports your heart. Think of your muscles like a second heart. They help push blood back upward, reducing the pressure inside your arteries. When that pressure drops, your blood pressure readings naturally begin to improve. Over time, this doesn't just help with blood pressure, it also reduces the strain on your heart, which directly lowers your risk of a heart attack. And I want you to really hear this. You don't need to do long workouts, you don't need to buy equipment, and you certainly don't need to go through complicated exercise routines. Studies show that even doing just a few sets of sit-to-stand movements a day can create real, measurable improvements in heart health. And here's another bonus. This exercise also strengthens the muscles you need for daily life. Getting up from a chair, climbing stairs, getting out of a car, even preventing falls, all of those movements use these muscles. So by doing this one exercise, you're not only protecting your heart, you're also keeping your independence, mobility, and confidence strong as you age. Alright, now let's walk through the exercise together so you can start doing it safely and effectively. But before you actually do it with me, I want you to sit comfortably in a sturdy chair. Make sure the chair doesn't roll or slide. Sit near the front edge of the seat with your feet planted firmly on the floor. Your knees should be about hip-width apart, and your toes pointed slightly forward. Now place your hands lightly on your thighs. Don't push with your hands unless you really need to. The goal is for your legs to do the work. From here, lean your chest slightly forward, keep your back straight. Not stiff, just naturally upright, and push through your heels to stand up. Once you're standing, don't lock your knees. Just stand tall, take a breath, and then slowly lower yourself back to the chair under control. Try not to collapse back into the seat. Gently sit down, reset, and repeat. That's it. It's simple, but it's powerful. Most people feel their heart working after just 5 to 10 repetitions. And if you're thinking, this feels too easy, trust me, it adds up quickly. What makes it effective is the repetition, consistency, and controlled movement. That's what builds strength, endurance, and better circulation. Now you might be wondering, how many should I do? Let me give you a simple starting point. Start with 8 to 10 repetitions. If that feels okay, do it again later in the day. Over time, work your way up to 2 or 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions each day. You can spread them out, morning, afternoon, and evening. It doesn't matter. What matters is consistency. If you can only do 3 or 4 at first, that's totally fine. That means your heart and legs are finally getting the stimulus they need. You're doing the right thing. The biggest mistake people over 60 make is thinking they need to push hard, sweat, or exercise for long periods. You don't. Your body responds best to small, repeated movements that strengthen circulation. Sit-to-stands are perfect for that because they are natural, low impact, and highly effective. And if balance is a concern, you can keep a table or countertop nearby for light support until you feel more confident. Now let's dive into why this simple exercise has such a big impact on heart health. When you use your leg muscles, especially the big ones, your blood vessels open up to deliver more oxygen. This is called vasodilation. Over time, the more you stimulate your blood vessels, the more flexible they become. Flexible arteries mean lower blood pressure. Stiff arteries mean higher blood pressure and a higher risk of heart attack. Sit-to-stands help reverse that stiffness. The second thing this exercise does is it triggers what's called the muscle pump. Every time your leg muscles contract, they squeeze the veins in your legs, pushing blood upward toward your heart. This reduces the workload on your heart because the blood is returning faster and more efficiently. And the third thing is that this movement burns glucose in your muscles. That helps regulate blood sugar, which is extremely important for lowering inflammation, and inflammation is one of the things that damages arteries and raises blood pressure. So you're basically attacking the problem from multiple angles with one simple movement. Let me share something interesting I've seen with hundreds of seniors I've trained over the years. Many of them started with very low energy. Some had high blood pressure. Some had early signs of heart problems. Some couldn't stand up from a chair without using their hands. But once they committed to doing this movement daily, even just 1 or 2 sets a day, their energy improved, their legs got stronger, their balance got better, and their blood pressure dropped in just a few weeks. I remember one gentleman in his early 70s who told me he hadn't been able to climb stairs comfortably in years. After just 3 weeks of doing sit-to-stands every day, he noticed he wasn't getting out of breath so easily. That's because the heart adapts quickly when you give it the right type of movement. Another woman I worked with had blood pressure readings that were consistently in the high 150s. With this simple routine, plus small improvements in her walking, her readings dropped into the 130s within a month. And she told me she felt calmer, more stable, and more confident doing daily tasks. Now here's something important. Heart health isn't just about the heart. It's about how efficiently your entire body moves. When your muscles get stronger, your joints move better, your nerves fire faster, and your circulation improves. Everything becomes easier, and the heart doesn't have to work so hard. That relief for your heart is what lowers your risk of heart attack. A lot of people believe that heart attacks are just caused by cholesterol or genetics. But what actually triggers most heart attacks is sudden strain on an already stressed heart. When your heart is weak because you're inactive, even simple movements can spike your blood pressure. Sit-to-stands help train your heart to handle these daily stressors more efficiently. Think of it like building a reserve of strength. The stronger your heart becomes, the more protected you are. Let's talk about breathing for a moment, because most people over 60 don't realize that their breathing changes with age. When you stand up and sit down repeatedly, your breathing becomes deeper and more rhythmic. That helps deliver more oxygen to your blood, which in turn helps your heart pump more efficiently. So as you do this exercise, try to breathe naturally. Inhale as you sit, exhale as you stand. Don't hold your breath. Breath holding can temporarily spike blood pressure, and we don't want that. Smooth, steady breathing helps regulate your heart rate and keeps everything safe. You might be asking yourself, is this really enough to prevent a heart attack? And the honest answer is, it's one of the most important things you can do. Of course, your overall lifestyle matters. What you eat, how well you sleep, how stressed you are, and how active you stay all play a role. But this one exercise gives you an incredible return on your investment. It improves leg strength, circulation, heart function, blood pressure, balance, and confidence, all in a few minutes a day. Most people over 60 are not weak because of age. They're weak because of inactivity. The body responds beautifully when you treat it well. It's never too late. And I truly mean that. Your heart doesn't expire at 60, 70, or even 80. It grows stronger with use. Now I want to take you a little deeper into how this exercise affects blood pressure. High blood pressure happens when blood pushes too hard against your artery walls. That's usually because the arteries are stiff or narrow. Sit-to-stands help widen those arteries through repeated movement. The increased blood flow helps scrub away plaque buildup and improves the elasticity of your blood vessels. That means your heart can pump with less pressure. The result? Lower blood pressure readings over time. And here's something many seniors don't realize. One of the biggest causes of high blood pressure is poor leg circulation. When blood pools in your legs because your muscles aren't being used enough, your heart has to pump harder to move blood around your body. Sit-to-stands solve that problem by activating the biggest muscle groups in your body. It's like rebooting your entire circulatory system. Another benefit you might not expect is improved balance. Every time you stand up, your brain has to activate the muscles that keep you stable. This improves your neuromuscular coordination. Better balance means fewer falls. Fewer falls mean less stress and fewer injuries. This alone can add years to your life. A strong lower body is one of the biggest predictors of longevity. It's not how fast you can run or how much you can lift. It's how well you can move your own body weight. And sit-to-stands train exactly that. I also want to remind you that this exercise boosts your metabolism. As we age, our metabolism slows down, partly because we lose muscle mass. Sit-to-stands help rebuild that muscle. More muscle means better glucose control. Better glucose control means less inflammation. Less inflammation means better heart health. Everything is connected. And it all starts with movement. Now, if you want to make this even more effective over time, you can make small progressions. For example, once regular sit-to-stands feel easy, you can slow the movement down to make your muscles work harder. Or you can pause halfway up to challenge your balance. Or you can do them without using your hands at all. You can even hold a very light weight once you get stronger. But remember, none of that is necessary. What matters most is consistency. Doing this every day, even for a few minutes, is far more powerful than doing a long workout once a week. Your heart loves rhythm. Your muscles love repetition. Your blood pressure improves with frequency, not intensity. So do this daily. Make it a habit. Imagine yourself 1 month from now. You stand up from your chair and it feels effortless. You walk upstairs without stopping. Your legs feel stronger, your back feels more stable, your breathing feels easier, and your heart feels calm and steady. Imagine going to your doctor and hearing them say your blood pressure is improving, your heart sounds strong, and your circulation looks great. This is not a fantasy. This is exactly what happens when you add this daily routine into your life. And if you're watching this and you're thinking, I'm too old, or I've been inactive for too long, let me tell you something that I tell all my clients over 60, age is not your limitation, your habits are. The human body can adapt at any age. You just have to give it a chance. So let's make a deal. For the next 7 days, I want you to do this exercise every single day. Even if you only do 5 repetitions. Even if you only do 1 set. Just do it. At the end of those 7 days, notice how your legs feel. Notice how your energy feels. Notice how your breathing feels. I promise you will feel a difference. And once you feel that difference, you'll know you're on the right path. Your heart is not asking for perfection. It's asking for movement. It's asking for consistency. It's asking for strength. And you have the power to give it exactly what it needs. If you found this helpful, make sure you subscribe because I create videos that help people over 50 and 60 stay strong, active, and independent. Leave a comment below and tell me how many sit to stands you did today. I'd love to cheer you on. And share this video with someone who needs a gentle push in the right direction. Your journey toward a healthier, stronger heart starts today. And it starts with one simple movement. Stand up. Sit down. Stand up again. Your heart will thank you.